Hey y'all, it's that time of the year. Let's get in this kitchen and make us some dressing. All right, so we are going to make our chicken broth first. So I am going to roast these 3 chicken thighs. I have my oven preheated to 400. Gonna put a little bit of olive oil, about 4 tablespoons, and then I'm going to season with salt, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, a tiny bit of cayenne, I think, and paprika. So I'm going to roast these. We don't need to cook them fully. We just want them to kind of get brown and a little crisp on them. Make sure you season both sides. We're going to stick them in the oven, and about 20 minutes in, we'll flip them over and let them brown for another 10 minutes or so. All right, next I'm going to add about 4.5 quarts of water to my pot. I am going to add in that chicken, and then I'm going to also add in about a half an onion. You can use more or less of these ingredients to your preference. I'm going to add in some celery, going to add in some garlic, a bay leaf, and what else did I put? Let's see here. Did I say garlic? So we put garlic, the bay leaf, and then I'm going to add some dry poultry seasoning that I have, and a few carrots. I'm also going to add in 3 chicken bouillon cubes. If you don't have chicken bouillon, you can just add a little more salt. I'm also going to season with garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of paprika. I didn't add salt here, I don't think, and some black pepper. Then again, there's that dry poultry season. And then I'm going to give this a nice stir, and I'm going to let it come up to a boil. All right, so once it's come up to a nice boil, I'm going to give it a good stir, and then I'm going to put the lid on and turn it down to low. And that broth is going to simmer on low for about 3 hours. Next, I'm going to start to chop my veggies for the dressing. So I have some celery, some onion, and a bell pepper, and then separately I'll chop some garlic in because it's going to go last. So I am going to chop those not too small, but into bite-sized pieces. As always, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching my video. Whether you are new or a returning subscriber, I appreciate you. If you are new, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Comment down below what is your favorite dish for the holidays. And I appreciate you all for watching. Alright, so I'm going to just finish chopping my veggies, and I have my skillet on a medium heat. Going to add in about 3 or 4 tablespoons of olive oil, and then I'm going to saute my veggies maybe about 5-6 minutes. I don't want them too mushy. I still kind of want a little bit of bite or a little crispness to them, and then I'll add in my garlic. Maybe the last 30 seconds, maybe minute or so. So just gonna saute these on a medium heat. Alright, so our broth is looking good after 3 hours on a low heat. Next, I'm going to start to work my cornbread. I'll have all the measurements in the description box. Going to add some sifted flour, some cornmeal, some baking soda, baking powder, salt, and some sugar. If you don't like it too sweet, you can add just 1, but I kind of like a little sweetness to my cornbread and my dressing, so I did add 2 tablespoons. So just going to sift everything and then take a whisk and just kind of get everything mixed together. Alright, so once I have that mixed, I'm going to add in some milk and some butter. And 2 beaten eggs. I do want to note that everything does need to be room temperature, including the butter and the eggs. The butter should not be hot because you don't want to cook the egg in the mixture. But just going to get this mixed through. All right, so my oven is preheated to 400. I am using a cast iron pan. You can use a baking dish if you choose. Just gonna add some butter and grease the pan. Gonna pour in our cornbread mixture, and then we are going to bake this for about 30 minutes or until it is golden brown. All right, our broth has been simmering for 3 hours, so it is ready. This is perfect for your dressing, of course, but you can also use this for your gravies. If you want to taste it and see if it needs more salt, you can add more to your preference. The chicken bouillon was enough salt for me. So next, I'm going to take the chicken and just shred it. I'm going to make sure I remove the bones, the skin, and any type of gristle that is attached to the chicken. All right, so I'm going to put this in a container and let it cool down and set it to the side. Our cornbread is done and ready to come out of the oven. So once it's out of the oven, I'm just going to break it up so that it can start to cool down. Also so that it can stop cooking. So make sure you scrape the bottom of the pan so that it doesn't continue to cook and potentially burn. And then I'm going to take this completely out of the cast iron skillet just so it can cool quicker. You can let this set out overnight covered, that's best, but if you need to do it the same day, that's okay too, but it does need to be cooled completely. So I have all of my ingredients. I've got some butter here, I've got the Trinity, the veggies. I'm going to season with some garlic powder, onion powder, a tiny bit of paprika, some black pepper, and then eventually salt, but I'm gonna wait until I've seasoned and tasted with the broth. And then I'm gonna put sage. The key to this dressing is a lot of sage. I put a lot. If you are not a sage person, I don't know what to tell you, but I seasoned with a lot of sage because I just love it so much. And so I'm gonna add the eggs in very last. I'm gonna start to incorporate the broth. I'd say I used about 10 cups. You kind of want your mixture to be kind of wet and kind of mushy a little bit, so you can do it to your preference, but just going to add in that broth, get everything stirred and mixed around, and then I'll do a taste test before I add in my egg to see if I need to make any adjustments, like add any other seasonings or any kind of salt or anything. I think I did end up adding a little bit more salt, so it's to your liking. Once I have everything mixed thoroughly and I like the way it tastes, then I'll add in my egg. I'll give that a really good mix, and then we're going to grease our baking dish, and then we are going to add in the dressing. Again, the oven is preheated to 400, and then I'll put it in there and we will bake that covered for about an hour. All right, y'all. So this is going into the oven again, covered for an hour on 400. And I would say the last 10 minutes, I turned it up to 425. I took the foil off just so that the top can brown. And oh my God, y'all, it's the holidays. It's my favorite time of the year. This dressing is so good. I thank my aunties and my grandmothers for teaching me. I hope you guys have a good Thanksgiving. If you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'll talk to you later. Bye.